My Gavan and Melonine, and well met indeed. I'm Arakir Galaderathan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to Dol Amroth's episode. Apologies it's a little later in the day than normally uploaded, but yesterday I was absolutely in love with playing City Skylines after work, and I'm sorry, but the Oakenholm University took a lot of time to build, and I didn't get around to recording. So here I am recording this morning. The time is 8 o'clock in the morning, which is why I probably sound like I've just smoked about 20 cigarettes. And we are going to have to fight Mordor. That is the main theme of today's episode. Now, this is where I've been thinking and pondering upon this since yesterday's episode. Do I try and take out Humgrat and Grishnak now and get them off as the two, or do we press up and hit Brogue, because he doesn't have a general, so his army will die really easily. But Brogue there might be an army hidden in the miasma just behind him, in the murk or fog. I was going to say mog then, but that isn't a word, everyone, so ignore that. But no, I think probably our best bet is to try and thin the herd, really, and go for Grishnak and Humgrat. Take them down, wait and see what comes through. But yeah, many thanks to the comments on yesterday's episode were really, really interesting. I thoroughly enjoyed reading through them. And it does seem that almost everyone is in agreement that attacking Mordor and saving Gondor is our only hope. Some people, quite rightly, and I mean I don't take it personally, but many people think that this campaign is lost and there is nothing to be done. Somebody did say, how after 72 turns are you still in the same position that you started? And I would say that I am in the same position that I started, but do note that we've taken out the threat of Umbar invasions and we've basically swapped the threat of the Ardenaim for Harad. Unfortunately, the Ardenaim actually managed to survive and have come back, which was not expected. But we are at least able to defeat Khand constantly with the trash that they send, and unfortunately we're just fighting against them a million times. But for now, I am going to attack these two and fight them both. So before we do so, let's find out what we're actually up against. Now, our army... The best units in our army, there's two Haven Guard, which will just cut through Mordor's armies like you would not believe. One's from Methras, one's from Dol Amroth. We've got a Seaward Spearman unit, which will help hold the line incredibly well. And Seaward Footmen will also cut through Mordor's trash like it's nothing. We have got 3 units of Amrothian Squires, which are perfect candidates for cutting down Mordor's trash. And they will do a lot in terms of heavy-hitting shock. Unfortunately, we've had to pad it out with Gondor Cavalry Militia, and they won't do as well. But we've got a pike unit, we've got guardsmen, we've got 2 Gondor militia which will hold the line, a unit of Javs which won't really do anything. Right, we're back in. Again, for you, no time has passed, and I might have even cut that so well. I keep cutting it, sorry, tangential, but I keep getting, every now and then I've had the odd crash, and I keep cutting it before the crash, so far before the crash happens, that then for many of you, I then just randomly start talking about a crash that none of you have even seen. But in any event, I just paused the game there because I had to take a phone call. But anyway, turning back to this, we've got a couple of archer units, but I'm not expecting archers to win the game for us. We're not an archer faction. We shouldn't lean heavily on our archers. They're just there to help pepper the enemy as they come in. But of course, Elfir is also in our army, and his bodyguard is going to lead the squires well and do a lot of damage. So that's a little rundown of what we've got. And Christ alive, Mordor has got everything that you could imagine and then some. Mordor is just such a massive problem. And it's just horde after horde after horde. We need to win these battles with almost no losses, and my cavalry command is not great. I know what I need to do. My theoretical knowledge of this game is top-notch, with a few little holes here and there. But my practical knowledge of this game, or my practical ability, is poor. Anyway, Grishnak has an army entirely of crappy Mordor trash. When he dies, almost everything there will run away. Humgrat, I expect the same. Similar from what we can see. He's got a couple of Candish and Haradrim units, but they're not going to change anything. But again, once the generals die, they will run away. And yes, we are going to have to attack these, because if we move up and we take out Brog... Now, he won't get any of those involved, but we can only make it as far as Brog before we run out of movement, or we can't do anything now anyway. But if we had moved up and hit Brog, we would have been attacked on from the front and the back. And I don't think we can allow that. So it's us against Grishnak. We are outnumbered, significantly so, almost 3 to 1. It's about 2.5 times to 1. There's a lot of orc trash today. So our cavalry will have to do all the damage. But as I say, what units in this are actually good against cavalry. Theoretically, orc bands are, because they're a spear unit, but they're such a terribly piss-poor spear unit, if you'll pardon my use of that word, that it just doesn't matter. Your cavalry will still smash through them. The Southron Warband is likely the greatest threat in that entire army. Possibly the Orc Maulers, actually. And then now we can see Humgrat's actual army. He's got 3 generals, which is a bit disappointing. But then again, it's an army of trash. And this is something that I've only just realised. It's one of those things that I've seen and just ignored so many times before now. The AI is allowed 22 units, whereas the humans only allowed 20. And that's something I've never realised until now. But it's on show right here. That is 20 units. And there's their extra 2 at the bottom. And I never knew that the AI got that cheat. So they can always outnumber you. So always watch out for that. Now, we get the advantage that we have to attack them. And this is not Warhammer 2, which means we actually have to attack them. They won't judge it and think, oh no, we better go against them because they've got archer superiority. They will sit back whatever. And of course, they've got their reinforcements coming in. And we're going to have to watch out for those. The reinforcements are going to be coming in down there. So if we can crush Grishnak fairly swiftly, we'll have the benefit of fighting downhill. But in order to get to that point, we've got to fight uphill to get there, which is a damn shame. Damn shame. Oh, we also have the Nimrodel Mariners as well, by the way. So we've got some archer potential. So Nimrodel Mariners and the archers are going to go at the back. Right, so our front line is going to consist of our defensive units, including the Gondor Militia, which is unfortunate because Gondor Militia will probably break before we can do any real damage. I'm thinking of trying to climb up, get up that hill to bring our army around from this side, because his army will be stretched out. They won't all focus up over here. And it means that at least we can fight on a level on the top of the hill, so I am going to do that. We're going to move everyone over here. Cavalry is going to be vitally important and is, as I say, the only thing that makes our roster have any hope against the coming tide. And tide is the right word because my word is Mordor got a lot of garbage. And a lot of threat. And Elfis down there. Right, start the battle.
Brought up more men.
Right, give it a pause. As we have thought, they've gone... Like, they're stretched right out across their side. Oh, and their reinforcements are coming in from miles away. So, our unit. Just for now, just walk forward. Archers, walk yourselves over here. Take the javelins with you. Cavalry, if you can come over here as well. Oh, cavalry doesn't really matter where you go because you're so maneuverable that you can fight basically anywhere. Now, they do have a number of archers in their army as well that we do have to watch out for. So, we're going to be on guard for that. Just not like my army had moved there. So they're going to shoot at us first, but the AI will try and retain the high ground right up to the point that we've negated it, to be honest. It is unfortunately. Every single Total War game has some kind of problem, weakness, or flaw somewhere or other. And this is no different. The AI will defend, which is good. It should defend. We don't have archer superiority here, so we're not going to kill them through arrow fire. But the AI will try and hold onto the hill so desperately that they will often allow you to just walk around them and then thus completely negating the hill, which is something I have seen them do. But it looks like they're moving forward. I don't know if they're coming to meet us or coming just to get that side of the hill. No, they're coming to meet us. Perfect. So we don't have to actually defend after all. So you guys, if you can, turn and face. Adrian and your flanking force, get yourselves over here on that side. Cavalry, get yourselves out as well. We need you on that side. Our archers can already fire, and you might as well just stay as you are, firing as you are. Javelins run through to there. I do want defensive positions for morning. Oh, it's all scouts that they're sending forward, and it looks like they're bringing them forward to attack our archers. So let's learn from the past, make our archers go nice and wide, and then run them across the back like that. And then everyone else, if you would, please run into position. Fatigue is less of a problem in medieval Total War, to be honest. Oh, Pikeman, what are you up to? What are you doing? Oh, you're bloody lucky there that the AI basically allowed you. Oh dear, the AI, sometimes. Right, Operation Find and Kill Grishnak is underway. Let's get going. So, move you to there, move you to there, move you to there, and move you to there. We'll try and flank with all of you. Cavalry on the side, keep coming further around. We need to get you in the back. Mordor has no cavalry whatsoever, apart from the few crappy offerings that Khand and Harad can give them. They don't have any Warg units, and it's not until the Great Beasts come out that they have anything that's actually a threat. So we've got a lot of time until we have any kind of challenge to our superiority, our mounted superiority. Right, they have met their enemies. You're going to assist them. Cavalry get up to the top of the hill. The reinforcing army is coming in fast. You go into that orc band. Cavalry up here. If I can get you to come up nice and wide line and get up on that hill quick. The reinforcing army has come through like lightning. They are sprinting to assist. Squires have hit that orc band. Now it's all about multiple shocks. But it is also all about killing the general. We need that general dead, and we need him dead sharpish. Oh, look, they're charging to the back of us with Southron Lancers. Right, this game is going to push this battle is going to push the game to its limit. Because this is about the maximum number of units that it wants to display. Well, 4,000 is the maximum number of units you can put in the battle before the game tells you that it might lag. If you're on a custom battle, for example, and you exceed 4,000 men, then the game will say, oh, are you sure you want to do that? That's going to push us to our limit. Right, line here. Change your plan. Don't be defensive. Javelins. Have you finished with your javelins? No. Fire them. Cavalry. 54 of you. Pull you out. It's the reinforcing army that's the problem, isn't it? This may well be, depending on how well or poorly I command this battle, as we've got 15%. But then 15% of their army is their two numbers combined, remember. But we really needed Grishnak to die. Until Grishnak dies, there's not going to be any routing here today. But Grishnak is secured. I mean, they might not rout anyway, but it's just more likely that they will with him dead. They've just sidled into that Uruk bodyguard there. But we've lost the back, haven't we? We've lost the back of the map because the enemy reinforcing armies have curled around and hit us. Who's caught in battle there? Oh, it's you guys. Oh, look how spread out you are. Ah! And a blob of archers. You guys go over there. Nice and wide. We'll hit into those archer units. How's the line doing? Curled around. Orc host. Oh, this is the... Oh, and another Uruk bodyguard is getting in. Right. They have managed to curl around and essentially cut us completely off. Right, let's start getting Elfir involved. You guys up here. Orc host, hit them in the back. You just hit that mass of archers. Cavalry, just try and get out. No, I've killed off all of our cavalry in the first battle. We're never going to be able to defeat Mordor. I probably am going to lose this campaign. And everyone seems to... I mean, I don't mind that I've been proved wrong, that the campaign is actually one of the harder ones. It doesn't really concern me. People seem to be commenting that Gallu said this campaign was going to be so easy, now he's eating his words. But people seem to be doing it in a really surprised, in an odd way. But I've seen quite a lot of comments saying that it's funny how Gallu said this campaign was easy and now he's absolutely dying. I'm happy to learn that the campaign is hard, because... And then we can know that we need to change it if we think it needs to be changed. But then there's so much that's changed with the removal of the barracks event anyway that I don't see it as all that necessary. Oh dear, Elfir. How on earth have you been trapped in that badly? How? The AI is being really clever. They never do that. We haven't managed to kill Grishnak. I don't even know where he is anymore. No, we probably will win, but we're going to lose all of our troops. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, there's only 2 of those ones left. They're dead. Marauders have killed them, would you believe? 44% of the overall enemy here has died. No, we needed better troops. I didn't expect Mordor to have quite as much as they have. There's no way we're going to be able to fight and take everything that we want from the north here. Right, Humgrat has fallen. That's handy. That's good to know. Pull out. Charge back in. Oh, is that him there? It doesn't really matter hitting them then if he just died from that battalion. Especially when you're not actually even charging into him. Oh well, another famous Pyrrhic victory. I mean, if indeed it turns to victory. I'm sure it will. Elfir. Hit that what a guard as well. Oh no, charge into the back of that running guard. Our numbers up there really need assistance. Adrian is probably going to die. If I had known that they might actually have attacked us, I possibly could have held in a slightly different way. Well, at least we wouldn't have been flanked so badly. But as it stands, we've been flanked and then some. I don't know that this battalion still actually has a general. Although he looks like a general, doesn't he? Although our cavalry is knackered. Our proper cavalry has proven to be nowhere near as effective as I was hoping. Unfortunately, the squires die considerably easier. Consider that's not a good phrase. The squires died much quicker than I thought they would. Right, you guys have won, and there's routing going on there. So let's get you over here. Where's that bodyguard? Where's Elfir? Charge into it again. Pikeman, if we can get you to come over here and you're going to assist up there. Marauder's running away. We just needed to win way better than this. We needed to, I had no doubt that we are going to win. I have no doubt even now that we are going to win. Mordor's armies are garbage. They just have bloody tons of them. And you have to fight better than this. The problem is, of course, as you will well know, those of you that still watch the channel, is I'm not better than this. I mod the game. I put many of the features into the game, and much of the game I know. But the one thing I don't is how to play very well. And I have no interest whatsoever in improving. It takes ages, and I don't have the time to put into it. Another general has gone down, but Grishnak is still not yet dead. Elfir, can you get out and hit that archer unit? Because that's annoying as hell that they're still fighting. Like, if this was just a slight Mordor incursion into our lands, it'd be alright. We would... I don't mind the losses we've taken. We'd head back. We'd regroup. But unfortunately, this is the army that is supposed to now clear the Ministerial region, but it's just not going to do it. But then maybe if we can just help, that large Gondor army might pick some steam. But then Gondor, we can't trust Gondor to hold, whereas we can hold. I may not be fantastic, but in certain circumstances, I am at least better than the AI. And we can't trust that Gondor will hold the river crossings. And we're winning over there, no trouble. We've still got archers firing. But, you guys are finished, so let's get you in melee. Cavalry, you are just... You're dead, aren't you? Let's be honest. There's 3 cavalry militia fighting on somewhere. We've 1 in the middle, and all of those have now moved over to support Adrian. We've lost, unfortunately, all of the Seaward units. The Seaward Guardians, Guardsmen, I can't remember what they're called. There's another Uruk bodyguard. There's some Orc Mourners, although those ones are shaken, so they must have been under an army with a general that's died. Orc archers. Yeah, this is so disappointing fighting Mordor with a general. It changes their morale from completely pathetic to suddenly one that actually holds them in the battle. Mordor units, generally speaking, will break as soon as an enemy runs into them if there is not a general present on the field. In amongst the carnage down here. Where do we think Grishnak actually is? Is he in that mix? Is he that star over there? Or is he in this mix over here and he's this star over here? I'm not sure. Welfare, keep running. And then charge into that Rannon Guard, which will make them run away. They're all running away. It's soon. It'll only be the generals fighting on, but then they might even break as well. There we are, some Rannon Guard running. There's some archers that are still to fight, obviously, but we've still got units that we can use against those, although they are shredding our Mistvan Rangers, or Nimrodel Mariners, is that what they're called now? Why do I think they were called Mistvan Rangers? Because the general that led them was called Mistvan. Ah, yes, finally. Grishnak has now died as well, so the last bastions of our enemy are now broken and probably will rout. So it's now just a case of mopping up the archers who are fighting on. Now the archers will likely all break as soon as they try and get into melee, or as soon as we get into melee with them. And you guys, let's group you together. Continue. 89%, now that's probably enough really, actually, isn't it? And we're capturing more and more of them. It's gone to 90. I just want to see 91. I don't know why I've got that number in my head. I'm not sure we're actually going to see 91. No, we will call it there. So we won, but we lost half our army. That's just not good enough. I mean, we were up against 4,000, 5,000 enemy units, and we only lost 1,000 in killing them all. But we needed to do better. Again, it's just a sad truth that I know well. My cavalry command is poor. When I saw how many troops Mordor has, I didn't think we were going to really ever be able to hold this whole area. And I think this little expedition is going to peter out, and with it the campaign. But then such is life. If I lose, I lose. 525 Haven Guard. Very well done, sirs. 413 Talon Knights, second place. And third place is 331, is it? Which is quite a drop behind. But again, Haven Guard. So showing that Mordor's armies are so pathetically bad that of the 4,000 that we killed, a quarter of that was from 3 of our units alone. And it just goes to show that if we could have had a late game army here, we would absolutely annihilate these armies. Obviously, we did get some healing. If we can make it to Minas Tirith, at least we get the defense of the city if they ever try and attack us. Oh, I don't want to release those because they will probably buy us out on that. But then I could do with 2,800. Oh, they rejected it. They're dead anyway.
They are gone from these lands.
Oh, I can't make it to there. But you can stand on that bridge, so we'll stand there. We desperately need to get troops over to Adrian then. Yeah, but I can't send anything. We've lost coastal superiority. The Ardenaim have done well there. But if we do lose enough money to train another army, we should try and take Longgallen, and we should try and get across and take the Ardenaim out from here, because it's all they have left other than one measly province over here in the lands of the Porus, which is now training units anyway. But if we can cut them down to just that, they'll lose their navy. Now, if Adrihil can hold, just hold. Mordor have armies of infantry, so bridge battles are in his favour. If he can hold, we might be able to train an army that we can send to take Longgallen. I know we get Seaward Lancers as well. Should have taken those. And Blackroot Vale. Yes, of course, because this is... Yes, of course. We don't make money at the moment, so we'll end the turn and go from there. Captain Huleblai is going to attack us at Lynn here, as they keep doing over and over and over and over and over and over again, and we will attack him from behind with Lord Mistvan. But am I moving anyone anywhere? No, the spy is just keeping watch over there, and you're heading off in to find Bree is the goal for you.
Yes.
Oh, you can go that way. Oh, brilliant. Yes, off you go then.
Yes, stopping here.
Now, as we say, there is a little bit of a saving grace from the last episode in our favour, in that the Ardenaim are allied to Ened Wyth, and Ened Wyth are at war with Isengard. And so they might call them in. They might get lucky. We might get lucky, I should say. And we might get saved in that regard. But first of all, we just need to wait and see what's going to happen with Mordor. Gondor's turn has already passed, and obviously they can't get past my army on the bridge, so they're just in no man's land at the moment. But if we can still take Minas Tirith, but I just don't think we'll be able to with that now much depleted army. And unfortunately, Adrihil has no doctor trait, so we don't recoup many of our losses. And we are attacked immediately. Steward Angbor the Fearless is their current steward. So Denethor's died, Boromir's died. That doesn't surprise me. And here is a quite elite Mordor army, actually, in that they've got a lot of experience. And Angbor's going to come in from the side and hit them. And it's Angbor and Hurin with Lamadan clansmen and 7 territorial guardsmen. But really, it's us holding the bridge, outnumbered 3-1. This is what the fighting against Mordor will be like for the rest of our lives. Outnumbered. They get insane recruitment drives. I mean, they should be this powerful. It should feel like you are getting swarmed, because that is what Mordor did. And the Free Peoples were only able to win at Minas Tirith because Sauron did not expect that the Rohirrim would come to assist, but chiefly Sauron did not expect that the army of the dead would wipe out the Corsair invasion. And with those key features secured, Mordor then had no hope. But it was universally known by all who marched on the Black Gate that that was a suicide mission, with the sole purpose being of hopefully buying some time for Frodo. But otherwise they knew that there was nothing to be done there. I'm thinking of popping the pikes behind, actually, and shield walling down the bridge. Now, they've got a baluster unit, so they're going to be firing that at us. Elfir's portrait has been, unfortunately, has not been created properly. I don't know if he is from the base game or from a mod, but he shouldn't have an image behind him on the battlefield. Which, unfortunately, is a clear giveaway that is created by someone who doesn't understand how the portraits work. Or it's just an error in this regard. I don't understand how the portraits work, but I know what they're supposed to be like, but I've never tinkered with it to try and get them to actually look like how they should. See, we did actually save quite a few units. And they're going to just form a line around the back. But the pikes and the... Why are the Haven Guard hiding? Can they hide anywhere? They shouldn't be able to hide anywhere. Oh, Adrian has been massively reduced. Ready for orders, sir. And we got the javelins, they'll help. You guys don't run away. Right, that should do it. I'll tell you what you should do. No. We're not going to get too many enemies firing us. Right, walk towards the bridge. And you guys walk towards the bridge. Javelins move forward. And then fire at will. Right, so they seaward spearmen are going to take the brunt of the enemy's attack. Oh, and there's their balusters. Damn. If they're targeting you, go nice and wide and just kind of wait it out. You guys go wide as well. And then rain hell on that bridge, damn it. Pikeman, I can't help but noticing, seaward spearmen, sorry, that you have not just kept a defensive line and you've moved forwards. There we are, the two of you together. Just hack through that enemy. Hack through them. Coastal Wardens, why are you under attack? Just keep firing in, archers. Keep firing in. 13% of the enemy has died. Now remember, they outnumber us 3-1. And they've got to at least split their army just a touch, because Hurin and the steward himself are coming in to assist. But of course, they're just Gondor General's bodyguard now. There's no custom bodyguards in there. But they are going to hit the enemy in the back, so that's going to shut the Ballaster crews down. But we don't want the Coastal Wardens to be in the fight next if the enemy makes it through.
Pray something changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
Oh, shut up. We won't lose. Infantry. But there's nothing really to be done other than wait it out. Where the hell did the Gondor General's bodyguard just go? It's there, but I can't see it. What on earth has gone on there? Oh, it's literally disappeared. Oh, they're hiding. Why are you hiding? Attack the enemy! Attack the damned enemy! Charge into the back of that Ballaster crew, you selfish bastards! Oh, I've never been so annoyed in my life. Do something! We're probably going to lose all of the seaward spearmen and the pikes. Oh, we haven't even killed as many as I thought, actually. We have got the cavalry ready as well. We've always got the charge potential. But the enemy's mass and the ability to just push, which the game loves, which is exactly what they're doing at the moment, is going to see off basically the rest of our army. So our assistance to Gondor is to have killed... we'll probably end up killing about 6,000 orcs, but that is a drop in the ocean. It won't really bring about any effective change. Although there isn't a general here, is there? Oh, doing arcing shots. We don't have very many archers anyway. I didn't expect great things from them. I'm really disappointed that our ally hasn't gotten involved. Ah, he finally has. Bring all of your troops. Particularly the ones that are sitting at the back doing sod all. Bring everything. So the General's bodyguard is in. I can't see the Lambden clansmen, so they're somewhere else. Oh, there they are. There's 3 of them. Captain Kumul has died. Named himself after a Nazgul. See, now is the best time to charge everything in, because now you might get a mass rout. If the Gondor's bodyguard can get down that line and hit them in the back, that might actually give a rout. Oh, there's the Lambden clansmen. They're coming in properly now. Right, help kill those archers so that our ally can get down the bridge. Come on. See, if we were controlling the AI here, this would be going so much better. No, no archers, no. Pull yourselves further back so that you can actually shoot when the enemy breaks through our last stand stack. Oh, there is some wavering going on in amongst there. The Ballister crew has finally been shut down, so at least the AI did that. They killed off entirely the Ballistine. And those Orc archers doing... See, the AI is so much better at that than the player. If I set my archers into defense mode in the hope that they will just keep firing and firing and firing, they often don't. But for the AI, it works perfectly. They will fire until their unit breaks or until the last man has been killed. While the General's bodyguard is basically... They're not even fighting the enemy. The enemy doesn't even turn around to fight them in melee. They just wait until they die. Look at these 2 guys. They literally are just waiting until they die. But the bodyguard is not doing very well at killing them, isn't it, are they? But Adrian is doing fantastically. He's only lost 2 men.
Only half the enemy force remains.
They're down to 50%. We're only at 30. I think if he does charge them in the back, that changes everything. This battle, it will completely turn on its head. Oh dear, we definitely needed more forces. I mean, we won't be able to kill off another. Oh, they're shaking, they're shaking, they're shaking. Go to ×2, come on, get them to break. Because then we can ignore them and move down the line. No, one of the Orc units is around. Oh, there's only got 2 men in the battalion. That's not really that great, is it? I'm hoping that the cavalry, just the presence of the cavalry, might give some effect now. But we are soon to win. There's a lot of shaking. There's a lot of concern amongst the Orc ranks. Once something starts to break, they'll all break. Oh, those Orc scouts have reformed and are happy to carry on fighting. Although they appear to now actually have changed tact. No, they're still doing nothing. And the Gondor are still not supporting. I'm saving your steward here, Gondor. If it, at the very least, I'm going to ensure that your steward doesn't die.
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way.
Yeah, this is one.
It remains as such.
Come on, break, Mordor, break. My cavalry's ready to pursue any routing forces.
Like this, we will smash the enemy.
Fighting to the death. No, there they go. They're all dying.
Behold how our cowardly foe
92%.
The enemy
End it.
are
Heroic. See, that time we killed 3,000 and we lost 400.
Worthy of only the mightiest
And we're only lost 7. The jammy bastard. And the top kills again go to the Talon Knights. 244. Second place. Oh no, 510. Haven Guard. Damn it, the Haven Guard are good. 510 kills. Absolutely dominating. That is insane. And then 244, and then third place, Gondor Militia, would you believe? Oh dear, you know you're up against garbage enemy units when your worst unit is your 3rd best kill tally. Although no, the Javelin troops are the worst. Now obviously with every loss, with every man that dies, is a mouth we no longer have to feed. And it does improve our financial situation. And our heartland at the moment is secure. But I do see the merit and the thinking in pushing out west and trying to help Gondor there as well. If I can take Lond Gallen and give that back to Gondor, because it's a moneymaker that they need. And we might be able to then hold Thara-Grondost and Anulond, but we'll see. Execute them. Ah, brilliant. They're back again. It's just Mordor trash after Mordor trash. Captain Zograd. Now, you've got 3 units of Orc Maulers, which is interesting. And Captain Gazrat has also got 3 units of Orc Maulers and Black Uruk Halberds. So, the late game units are starting to come through, but in dribs and drabs. And so, as expected for this episode, this last battle is likely to end the episode, but it has just been Mordor battles, and it will just be Mordor battles, basically, until the end of time. Because Mordor, this is all they do. We don't have any choice. We have to fight Mordor, because Gondor will not hold them back. But that just means that this is it to the end, basically. Right, archers, this time you go directly behind. Cavalry, pull up the back. Haven Guard. I'm quite tempted to try instead with a secondary tactic, which is to line your units up like this and create a channel so that your archers actually just fire straight into the side of your enemy. Because they will catch on the edges of these units. And in doing so, they get caught, as you'd expect. And, oh wow, Adrian, you lost loads. I didn't think you lost hardly any by the end of that battle. Maybe you did. And then that does just leave Adrian. We can pop him over there. But there's no archers this time, so there's nothing to fear in terms of archers. Right, this time I would like all of you in defensive mode. You're in defense. And archers, you then come a bit thinner. You can just fire straight down that line.
The enemy have brought up more men. The tide of battle seems to have turned against us.
Nah, we'll be alright.
We must act and halt this turn of events.
We are acting. We will halt this turn of events. There we are, you see. They are then able to just fire straight into that gap.
Dol Amroth.
And then we are able to use the few archers that we have. Now, this wouldn't have worked, I don't think, with the last army, because it was a little too big. But you'll see the rangers then, they can just fire into this blob unimpeded. And then we can use our archers to do most of the killing instead of our melee forces, who will all die here. Withdraw or we will all die here. Right, the Black Uruk Halberds have finally made it in. So all of the enemy units now stand before us. Do stay in defensive mode, please. Javelins, did you throw everything? Yeah, you did. Archers, don't stop, don't stop.
Pray something changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
Captain Zograd has gone down. Much of his army is running away. We might be able to get a mass rout if we charge the cavalry in. Yes. There's a lot of routing units there. Right, so new target. Everybody in that group now go for the Southron Lancers. Archers, cease fire. And cavalry, just mop everything up, please. The Black Uruk Halberds wouldn't have run away. I'm sure they're still fighting on. Well, Black Uruk certainly are. And then we'll have to do the same thing again with the secondary army. We lost 20% in killing just that many. Who is fighting you? Oh, no, just one unit running past. Right, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Because if we tell them to fire at will, they'll shoot the routing units, and then we'll have them facing the wrong direction. We don't want that. You can fire. You can fire. And you can fire. Yes. Knock. Now get a couple of kills, surely. But now we've got to face off against that great threat. Right, cavalry. Come back over here. Get back in sharpish. Don't worry about the maulers. They're done and dusted. They're off. They're gone. Right, you guys are now able to fire at will. I think everything has made it far enough away. Captain Gazrat has died straight away. The enemy general has gone down. Right, we're going to get the cavalry to come round on this side and assist. Adrian may well die. And if he does, he'll die with damned honour, I assure you. Right, those Black Orcs will break as soon as the cavalry hits them. Oh, wow. Oh, absolutely glorious. Yes!
We will smash the enemy.
Oh, enemy, you're awful. Enemy, you're absolutely ridiculously poor. Right, pull the line back, pull the line back, pull the line back. All of you. Oh, they're not pulling back. Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, please. Archers. Black Orc halberds. If you have any arrows left, Black Orc halberds.
Behold how our cowardly foe runs. It's time to press the attack.
Right, they've all run away, and you caught most of them. Yeah, so cavalry. Turn and face back over here. Units who I just told to move, if you could all run, please. Pikes, come out of that and run. I need you all to block those halberds. I can't line them up though, which is really annoying. They're going for this sort of weird, wacky formation. That running guard unit is going to break almost as soon as it fights us. Right, it's the halberds that are the problem. Not a unit that you would normally charge cavalry into, but I'm hoping just the presence of the cavalry. They're wavering, they're wavering. Charging the archers.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Charge everyone in. That surely will get them to waver. Yes!
Behold how our cowardly foe runs.
93. Adrian, you're a demon.
Vanquished. Let all who remember this day remember it as the day of our most glorious victory.
So, Adriel's army that came here with 2,000 men, he now has 520 men. So we've lost 1,500, and we have killed 11,000 orcs now. Which is almost a 10 times return on the number of men we've sent in. So, to be honest, I don't actually think that is all that bad. I think there's just more of Mordor than we ever expected. So, top kills today, unsurprisingly, goes back again to the Haven Guard, 198. Second place afterward, Seaward Spearmen, 143. And then 130, Ambrothian Archers. So our tactic to get the archers involved did work. Of course, a bridge battle like that, even though we're not an archer nation, if we had hordes of archers, we would still win easily. But bridge battles are tricky to get the most out of your archers, because they often do the arcing shot. You need a unit that's really going to hold the line. But I think 2,000 men went into the Pelennor fields. 500 have come out. And 11,000 orcs lay strewn across the field before us. Oh, for God's sake. Mordor just have so many troops. Oh, Muznag, your army is garbage. And Stuart Angbor is once again in the fight. I'm going to fight it. If there's another one after this, I'm not going to fight that, though. We'll save it and call it there. But Adrian, that's as far as we're going to go. I'm under no illusion that we're going to take Minas Tirith now, and we wouldn't want it with no troops. We'll just lose it to a siege. We need more troops than this to attack, but we do need to attack. Unless this has bought Gondor a bit of time, but I just can't see it. I just can't see them getting anything out of this. Right, same plan again, but this time we'll go a little wider on our plan to go wide. So, because I don't think the enemy's going to come for the archers, so do sort of stand like that instead. We won't charge Adrian. I don't really want Adrian to die, so he's going to be last minute. Coastal Wardens, get some javelins off. And again, the cavalry charge into the enemy is likely to be the deciding factor. Please don't run away. Right, remember, they have got cavalry, so they might... Oh no, the cavalry's hanging back. Which hopefully our Gondor archers will deal with them. Right, yeah, look, they're coming for our forces, so... Oh, I didn't group you three together. I'm not going to do it now because you'll change positions. Hit that orc host there, and that should just be generally enough.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
We need the captain to die. The captain is on horse. So there'll be an orc on a horse somewhere around here. There he is. He's with the Candish Marauders. Stupid. No. Look, just shoot straight into that. Look, they're charging right through. Yeah, just mow them down. Just mow them down. They've run away because Gondor's coming. Send in our cavalry because we're getting swarmed. Oh, and without a general, dear oh dear, Mordor, you are atrocious at this. This is what I was expecting when we went up against Grishnak.
They have lost half their men.
They have lost half their men and then some. Blimey, O'Reilly.
Continue like this. Our men have captured the enemy general. Guard him well and make it so he can see us defeat the rest of his army.
Now, we lost a lot of forces there, but... Just them around and guard. And are they breaking? And they're broken. So who hasn't run away yet? Why are we still fighting? You know, it's 15% that time. Yeah, 73,000 dead. And top kills today. Battle number 4 is this? 96 Amrothian archers. 88 Haven Guard. Haven Guard. Good God. Somebody get them back to Dol Amroth and retrain them because they've just become our nation's finest warriors. Never. Have so many owed so much to so few. The Haven Guard, far from their home. Well, they're not far from their home. They're basically in their heartland. Holding on a bridge. The bridge. We are holding on the river Erui. I think it's actually pronounced Erui. I don't think it is... Oh, I can't remember if UI is pronounced as a single sound or a separate sound. Can't remember. Is that the last, Mordor? Yes! There's nothing more to come! We have weakened their resolve. Gondor! I have slain on the field today 12,000 of our enemy's finest warriors. Worst warriors, really. All we've actually done is kill off all of their trash and allow them to train a lot of elites. Kind of attacked as expected. We'll have to fight them in the next episode. But otherwise, it is done. I have done what I can for you, Gondor. It is now on you to ensure the survival of your own people. Oh dear, we've got troops there. They might be able to... I mean, I would love to go out and take Long Gallen because the Ardenaim are really, really pushing and they're going to attack us. It's just the way it's going to go. But we need some troops in order to do that. We're retraining our boat, which is nice. We didn't get to build that. That's because we've only just come out of the red, haven't we? The barracks are going to cost 3,000. And the fiefdom one is going to cost 2,000. We can't afford both of those. Ah, but Lynn here built its build. Yes, that's fantastic because that's really key. Where can we actually train things? Lynn here can give us quite an army, can't it? Again, we can get some more Haven Guard. We can't afford to get those things. I would quite like your barracks. I would quite like that. I think that's a good shout. We get seaward units in Methrust as well then. Dol Amroth, what have you got the fiefdom? I've already checked that, haven't I? I could get the army barracks and we get Talon Knights, but I just don't think it's worth it. We want that fiefdom building built so that then the fiefdom units will then all clear quicker. That makes sense. Oh, look, Gondor have a lot of troops heading up there. I mean, if I had the armies that Gondor have, I'd be kicking Mordor back to Kingdom Bloody Come, I assure you. That fort's full, isn't it? But there's 34 of them which aren't doing anything. Can you train any guardsmen? Yes, you can. So take them back to Dol Amroth. And they can retrain. What can you actually give me? I will take pikes. I think it is the time. Units are more important than buildings at the moment. I will take those lancers because they're a much better cavalry unit. I will take those. And I will take the squire unit you've got listed there. So, Methras, don't bother with yours, but I do want that fiefdom if they can get it through to us. Lynn here is under attack anyway, so they won't line their troops up. But again, I'll take those better units from you. Not too concerned about retraining those at this time. And Adrian is going to come back, and I don't really know what we'll decide what to do. But Adrian and Elfir will continue on their glorious reclamation. But perhaps we should play this the other way round and allow Gondor now. We've bought Gondor a bit of time, and perhaps we should use that to sweep the Ardenaim out, so that Gondor don't have to focus on the west. We need to stop Gondor focusing on either west, south or east. That's the baseline here. I have massively hurt Mordor, but we haven't by any means stopped their approach. But with the army that Gondor has there, they will hold at least for a time, I think, at Karasast. Which should buy us enough time to just take out the 3 Ardenaim regions, which we definitely can do. And perhaps then if we actually do hold these regions, and then we'll keep the money as well, that would be good. And because it borders our nation will border them. I'm tempted to give 1 or 2 of them back to Gondor, so Gondor get a bit more oomph. We can deal with Canned, so we've got no trouble with Canned. So that's going to have to be the goal, isn't it? That's going to have to be the course of action. We'll take down the Ardenaim and remove that much smaller threat. I don't regret having attacked Mordor, though, because we needed to buy Gondor time. They would not have held out against the forces that were facing them there. We needed to buy them that time. But now we definitely should change up and take Long Gallen. And I think we probably should keep it for ourselves, because it will be really useful to us. There's only really Gondor trash over on the western side, which we shouldn't underestimate, but we can beat, and then we can just swipe the Ardenaim out, and that will help massively. They'll go down to 2 provinces. Remember, the Ardenaim I don't think get a horde because they don't get a last stand army because they're a horde nation, so there's no guarantee where their last stand would come in, so there's no need for one because they might not be in their heartland. Although when the AI controls the Ardenaim, they always take Umbar, so they're always in Umbar, but I don't know. Anyway, for now, I'm going to end the episode there. It's just been a slog against Mordor. But we'll go and deal with the Ardenaim. We'll send Adrihil back. We'll build an army for him. And then he'll head out with a similar-sized army that went to Gondor, which will easily wipe out the Ardenaim. We'll then hold the Western lands. And we can go from there. Now, Isengard, the hated enemy. You are at war with Rohan, who are allied to me and to Gondor. That's why there's a bit of a 3-way tie. I was just wondering about Enid Wyeth, if we can, but then we'd have to make peace with the Ardenaim. No, it's not worth it. It's just that Isengard might attack us. That's a very real threat because Rohan are basically out. Anyway, for now, that's going to end the episode. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. And until we speak again, dear friends, Navair Naden Peramad Melonin, and farewell.